Good now.
Okay.
All right, we're live. I'm gonna jump off.
All right, it's the MarcWes Sports Podcast. I'm Marcus Benjamin. He's Wesley Pierre. We give you that real sports talk from South Florida, Dade County, Broward County, Canes County.com. So what's good, Wes? What's on your mind this week with Miami sports?
Man, you already know what's on my mind. You're gonna ask me that trick question, man.
That you
What's
talking
on my
about the
mind is
bullshit with
what
Tua?
exactly. You gotta jump off with Tua, man. You feel me? Like the almighty Tua then got injured. You feel what I'm saying? And I know you feel me, same
Yeah.
like last podcast when you don't gave the business saying, Wes, you was right, this, that, and the other. Now I gotta go ahead and bless you with the same shit. You know what I mean? And told me, man, availability is the best
It's
ability.
the best ability.
Driving it down my throat every time. But I feel you. I'm just like, damn, I'm mad that it had to happen the way it did happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because but it's fortunate that it's just a head injury, and I know people gonna be like, damn, but you know what players say, as long as it's not my knees, as long as it's not a certain part of the body where they won't be able to play football again. Of course, from a concussion, you can probably come back from that. Hopefully, he don't have to have a concussion sooner than later. Most likely, playing on football, you're probably going to have another concussion. That's just the way football is. But for me, I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, he shouldn't have played that game. He shouldn't have played that game. You knew it.
Wait. So let me ask you, bro. So you think the injuries were related?
I think it was first quarter.
You weren't saying that last week. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, I know I wasn't saying it last week because at the end of the day, that's what the Dolphins said. They said it was a lower back injury and an ankle injury, and we both kind of was laughing it off. It was like, we said it was a back and an ankle injury, and we believe in the coaching staff of the Miami Dolphins. But at the end of the day, both of us was kind of hinting that it probably was a concussion. But, due to the plain fact that we're fans, we just like, it's the injury that they say it was, even though we know what it was. But for me, it's just unfortunate because he always find himself in those predicaments. You feel me? And you always be telling me like, damn, why your ass hold on the ball so long? I mean, in that particular play, like you don't ran out the pocket. You have plenty of time. If ain't nobody open, then why you don't just throw it away? Just throw it away. Live to fight another day. I mean, that's what Pop say. You win some, you lose some, but you win to fight. You live to fight another day. And he was trying to go ahead and handle that all in one play. And I'm like, come on, man, it's not that serious. It's the beginning of the game. It seemed like we have some type of rapport with the wide receivers and the offense this first half you playing. And I'm like, what's good? But for him to get body slammed the way he got body slammed, people going to say it's a dirty play. That's just football for me.
That wasn't a dirty play. It was just football, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, But, again, I don't find these quarterbacks like Tom Brady's, Aaron Rodgers, and I ain't comparing him to those people, but even like people like Teddy Bridgewater, they're gonna throw the ball away. The only person the only person that's probably gonna take them hits is probably Tua, somebody that's pressing, somebody that's like, damn, I know everybody's talking about availability is the best ability. Will Tua play all 17 games of the year? And here I go. I'm injured, and all the critics are right again, and it's something else to just throw on this little grave that everybody's digging for me right now, because it's kind of like you're almost dead. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, we got Teddy Bridgewater as a backup quarterback. We got Skylar Thompson, somebody that everybody was raving in the preseason, and then you go ahead and have that individual on the team, and nobody really keep three quarterbacks on the team. So even though everybody bigging you up and supporting you, I like that about this new coaching staff. Again, you got to be on the field, and if you ain't on the field, no matter how much me, your biggest fan, Western Damas, want to go ahead and say keep you as a quarterback, but if you can't stay healthy, how I'm gonna keep you? I'll keep you as a backup. Then I'll keep you as a backup, and I'll probably get rid of Teddy Bridgewater, but I'll move on to Skylar Thompson. If that's the case, hopefully it's not the case, to be honest with you. But if that is the case, and you're somebody that I can't rely on to start and finish the season without getting injured, you feel me? I'm probably gonna go ahead and go with Skylar Thompson. And from my understanding, Skylar Thompson is older than Tua. He got a bigger arm than Tua. He may not be as accurate than Tua, but maturity, you feel me? Like, sometimes is the better thing, because I'm like, man, if you was mature Tua, you would have threw that ball away. You would have been playing, man. This wouldn't be a story right now.
Yeah, but it is a story, man, and it's one of the biggest stories of the week by far, because everybody seen the ugly scene that Tua was with his hands just stuck together. It was just scary to kind of watch, but at the same time, man, like I know people are gonna be like, oh, what you mean when I say this, but like, who's to say that these two injuries were related? You can't really prove that they were. Because one, based on what the doctor said, it was a back in an ankle injury. But what kind of throws that argument out is the fact that one of the doctors got fired. You know what I'm saying? And we asked, okay, so why did he get fired? It seems pretty obvious to the naked eye. And now this is going to kind of change the whole perspective on this whole concussion thing, where if somebody is stumbling at any point of the game or gets knocked out or has a concussion, they are not going to be coming back in this game. I think this is going to be one of those revolutionary moments with the NFL, where any type of situation where you see a quarterback or any player stumbling to get back to his feet, he's going to be out for the game and probably out for the next game as well. Now, based on the situation, though, looking back at it in hindsight, they shouldn't have played him on a short week. You know what I'm saying? It's literally like 3 days later, you put Tua back on the field. And to come back for a Thursday night game is tough for any NFL football player, because from what I heard from NFL players, their bodies don't really heal until like Thursday or Friday, after a Sunday game. So Tua not being on the field is something that the Dolphins should have done in hindsight. But at the same time, you can't bash our guy McDaniels. You can't bash basically the Dolphins organization. They did what they were supposed to do. There's a concussion protocol in place that they followed, but it seems like either the doctors didn't follow it or something happened. Something was missing in this whole process. And
the doctor that got fired, you feel me, was the independent doctor that you were talking about. It was the doctor that the NFL hired. It was not the doctor that was on the Dolphins coaching staff. So yeah.
So that's even more props to the Dolphins organization for doing their due diligence with this process. But this is a never-ending kind of thing that has been going on with concussions. I mean, there was a movie made out of it, and they continue to kind of evolve about what they need to do with players getting concussions. I heard this guy, who is a guy that I know, Twan Russell, played for the Hurricanes and Dolphins, and I heard him on the radio this week.
Me too.
And he said, you heard this?
Yeah.
He said that he had 24 concussions in his career. 24 concussions in his career. And this is a guy I see on kind of pretty often, because he's the athletic director for St. Thomas Aquinas. So he's the guy that has to kind of clear media for them to cover the game. So I talk to him all the time. He doesn't look like a guy who has 24 concussions, and he is just a regular football player who played in the 90s and the early 2000s. So players have been playing with concussions for years now. It's just now the NFL is starting to realize that there are repercussions to these concussions. And yeah, I mean, that's all I want to say as far as the whole injury, the situation with the NFL, the nation is talking about. I mean, for people to say, oh, they shouldn't even talk about the Patriots anymore. They should just talk about the Dolphins because they corrupt. Yeah, I heard
you see the book.
Yeah, the dude from Last Chance U. I don't know if you ever seen that show. It's a good show. But one of the coaches from Last Chance U came out on Twitter and said all of that, and I thought it was ridiculous. They wanted McDaniel fired. I thought that was ridiculous. I mean, they did what they were supposed to do, but at the same time, you right. He needs to be like a Tom Brady, or let's do a fair comparison. A Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray. Now let's just be honest. Kyler Murray is more athletic than Tua. He's more of an athletic player, but still he's small or maybe even smaller than Tua, and he always finds and he runs around more than Tua. So, but somehow he finds a way to get down. He finds a way to not be injured in this type of manner. Sometimes he might have maybe an ankle or something like that type of injury or some injury of that nature. I think he had one of those in his past, but like, come on, like these type of injuries where you get and just, hurt really bad by these 300 plus pound guys is something that I don't understand why he can't learn how to do that. Now, I hope he can come back and play well, but if he has another scare like this, Wes, I think we have to say, good night to this whole Tua story. I mean, as great as he played this season, as great as a quarterback as he is, mentally he's there. Mentally, he's there in a system that works for him with Mike McDaniels. I mean, the season I don't think is lost yet. We'll see how Teddy plays in these next couple of games. I thought he played pretty decent until that one interception, and it looks like the player ran the wrong route or he threw the ball in the wrong spot. But that's going to happen with a backup quarterback that's not really used to the receivers he's throwing to. But I think for the most part he played decent, and if it wasn't for that interception, we probably win that game. So we'll see what happens. But damn, Tua, man, you just got to find a way to protect yourself. Protect the bag. You are the bag. Protect yourself. Protect yourself at all times. What do they say in boxing, bro? Protect yourself at all times. Because it's a scary world out there, especially for a quarterback who's undersized like Tua is.
Yeah, my whole thing is, I'm like, look, Tua, like sometimes you should run and slide. Some plays, that's what you should do. I mean, if he had so much time, he could have ran and got like 5 yards and still slid and been good. It's just like I said, he's so focused on everybody and all the chatter, everybody's talking trash about him. He's trying to look great every game, and that's not football. You feel me? Some days you're gonna have your bad games. I mean, you seen X-Man. I mean, he's looking crazy. You feel me? Recently, but he eventually he has some big plays. That save us the game. But damn, dog, I just feel some type of way that my dog injured. I'm just like, damn. But again, it's not a hip injury. It's not an ACL, Achilles. It's not one of these.
He's back. He's coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back. He's not gonna come this week. I hear that McDaniel said that he's not coming this week, and I think that's the best decision that you can actually do, especially when we playing the Jets. You feel me? I know the Jets just won against Pittsburgh, but they're the Jets. You know what I'm saying? They're like the Knicks. They're the Knicks of the NFL. So throw in Teddy Bridgewater in there, let him get his feet wet again, know some more of the playbook, and play the playbook, because sometimes people be thinking like, I don't need to play, so I don't need to worry about knowing like 100% of the playbook. Maybe I can know like 40% right now. I ain't really on it. I ain't saying that's what he's on, because we do know he's from Daycon, and we do know that he's a leader. He wouldn't be on the Dolphins if he was one of those individuals. But it is hard when you have a quarterback, like you said, that just step in, not being part of the ones in the offense
right.
before before the actual games. But hey, Teddy, whoop to the Jets, show everybody what we can actually do. You feel me? You did it everywhere else. You did it with New Orleans when Drew Brees went out. Why you can't do it down here? They compared to the Drew Brees with the noodle arm anyway, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's try to keep it positive here on the MarcWes Sports Podcast, man. What I like from Teddy is that the fact that he found the boy Tyreek a lot.
Yes.
Tyreek is on my fantasy team, and I freaking dominated with Tyreek, man, because he just kept finding him. Like, he would be scrambling around, nobody, but Tyreek is there. Let me just dump it off to Tyreek, see what he do. So, and then Tyreek comes out on the press conference saying, "Oh, he's got like a rapport with him. He's a veteran quarterback. He understands, where I need to be on the field, whatnot." So I don't think obviously Teddy Bridgewater is not like Tua. Tua is definitely a better quarterback overall, and he's a franchise quarterback. But Teddy is a formidable backup quarterback that can step in and just win a couple of games for you. Hopefully, he only has to start this one game against the Jets, and then maybe Tua will be back for the Steelers game. I think it's the Steelers or it's the Vikings. I think the Vikings is after that. So we'll see. But I think Teddy can ride the ship, and I think that Dolphins defense. I like the way this Dolphins defense is playing. They playing good enough to win games. They come with that pressure. They kind of disguise you. They look like the old Patriots, to be honest. Just the way they just kind of confuse, offenses like that, and they're just good enough to win games here. But of course, based on the women, the weather, and the
beaches, the women,
the beaches. I forgot what the other thing was. The beaches. The national media is still hating on the Dolphins, man. They straight up hating on the Dolphins for real. I mean, I saw a top 10 today that had Dolphins ranked 8th or 7th or something like that. And I understand, hey, you don't have Tua in the game or whatnot, but this is still a team that beat the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. Like the Buffalo, it's like they are dismissing that Buffalo Bills win that the Dolphins had over them, because most people are still saying that the Buffalo Bills making it to the Super Bowl. Most people still saying that they win in the division or whatnot, and it has to be some kind of bias for the Miami Dolphins. Now, I understand people ain't seen the Dolphins really consistently winning for a long time. People kind of put us in this category with the Cleveland Browns or whatnot, as these, mediocre type of franchises. But I think with this coach, it's different. And the other thing I want to say too, man, is that watching that Cincinnati game, you saw so much creativity in that play calling.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was seeing these play calls, I was like, wow, that's creative. Wow, that's like, it's not vanilla at all from, another Miami football team that we're seeing. We're not seeing this type of creativity. So I think the franchise is in good hands with this head coach. Just hopefully we get Tua back so we can make a Super Bowl run, baby.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. Like you said, every time we used to watch the Dolphins, or me at least, I see all these teams again. I'm gonna use New Orleans, with Sean Payton. I mean, it'll be people wide open when he was coaching, with Drew Brees, and then every time I see the Dolphins, it's just like our playbook just looks like we're playing college or even just high school on football. It's so bland. You know what I'm saying? It's like having a fried chicken with no salt, no nothing on it, no hot sauce to help you out with the flavor. But still, regardless of the fact, I truly feel like we're definitely in the right direction with McDaniels. Of course, Tua, I've been said that he's a franchise quarterback, that he's my quarterback. He's someone that's accurate as hell. And when you have someone that's accurate like that, that's what you want. I mean, look, they opened up the playbook a little bit, and Tua's not even there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know there are some plays that Bridgewater, that he lined up for Tua that Bridgewater can't do because he's not as accurate as Tua. So Tua bounced back. Teddy hold down the fort, and on to the next one. And like I said, it makes it even better when we're doing this against the Jets, because the Jets are the Jets. So
speaking of Jets, let's just talk about that game. I mean, at New York, at the New York Jets, and Miami usually doesn't do that well at New York historically, but they just been beating the Jets regardless in these past few years because they've been so trash. But Zach Wilson is back now, and they do look like a different football team. They kind of got, that they basically ended Mitch Trubisky's career, because I don't think he's coming back ever.
He ain't. Should have been on the team in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how you pick Mitch Trubisky over Deshaun Watson, but that's another podcast for another day. But yeah, so the Jets it's gonna be a tough game, bro. It's gonna be a tough game. I seen the spread. Dolphins is favored by 3 points away, which means it's basically a pick-'em type of game, and it's a field goal type of game, and that's how I think it's gonna end. I think it's going to be one of those type of games. I think it's going to be close. I think Bridgewater is going to move the ball. I think the Jets are going to find a way to score somehow. But I think the Dolphins pull this thing out, though. There's no doubt in my mind that the Dolphins win the game because I believe in that defense, and I believe in Mike McDaniels. I believe in the professor, the other professor, not our producer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he is going to engineer a win somehow, and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and boys is gonna find a way to get a victory in New York. So I think it's gonna be 20-16 Dolphins win.
Yeah, that sounds just about right. But yeah, the Jets. I don't want to say anything positive about the Jets, but they look good, coming back and beating the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. I hate both teams. I hate the Jets more. But, I was impressed with their quarterback. Quarterback done got a touchdown to himself. I think, a matter of fact, was it somebody from the U that threw him a touchdown?
It was. Our boy Braxton Berrios.
Sounded kind of, the Restrepo 2 on the original Berrios. Restrepo is the 2.0 Berrios. But yeah, man, threw him a touchdown. I'm like, damn, that was creative too. I'm happy it was not on our team. But I was happy that the Jets won that game first before I go ahead and talk about the Miami Dolphins versus the Jets. I was happy that happened because we do know that the Pittsburgh Steelers are always in playoff contention. So a team that I know is not going to be nowhere in the end, like the Jets. Yes, get a win from that team that I know that probably is going to be one of the reasons why we don't make the playoffs if we don't make it, because their record is close to us or whatever, or we got to play them. Nah. Take that win early. I think they're 1-3 right now, Pittsburgh Steelers. So last week is definitely was go Jets. You know what I'm saying? But going back to the Miami Dolphins, I think it's going to be a close game as well. You feel me? And the reason why I say that is because the defense is banged up. You got X-Man with a groin injury, and when it comes to a groin injury, it's always problems. He had a groin injury going in the game against the Bengals, and you seen he was getting mudded, gutted, slutted all over the place. You feel what I'm saying? So eventually they just took him out. I think they took him out just for his confidence too. They're like, man, like X-Man, man. You're not gonna put that fear in people no more. Like, so let's take you out right now, man. So we can't give nobody else extra tape on you right now because you're already injured. Let's use this right now and let's see what the young pups can actually do behind you, because I mean, now that's 2 starting corners that the Miami offense don't have, and that could be a big ass problems, because with that defense that we got, where they blitz everybody and they have everybody on man coverage, if you get burnt, you're gonna look like you win. Nobody back there and just getting bombed all day. So for me, I think the Miami Dolphins just need to don't worry about the big plays, get the first downs. Teddy, if the big play is there, take it. But for the most part, if it's not there, I just want to leave with a win. Get the first down. Do what Tua do. I think when you throw the ball, you're probably gonna have a little extra velocity, extra zip to it. So again, at the end of the day, just get the first down. Let's get these field goals and touchdowns, because I do know it's gonna be a close game. And let's just leave over here having the Jets put a bag on their head like they normally do every damn year.
Yeah, man. So
score. My bad. Score. I'll say 24-20, Dolphins.
24-20 Dolphins. So you heard it here. I mean, lay the points for the Dolphins. I mean, based on the score, but I wouldn't bet it, to be honest. I wouldn't bet this game.
Me neither.
To be honest, if I was not a Dolphins fan, I'd probably take the Jets with the points. You know what I'm saying? For real. Strategically, I would probably take the Jets with the points, because they find a way to keep things close against the Dolphins. But as far as the other games are concerned, first let me catch you up on fantasy and the suicide pool, bro.
You still here?
Oh, man,
I know you came back. You came back in.
Your boy got eliminated last week. Your boy got out. Yeah, bro. Like, we just bought back in, and then we got eliminated, bro. I picked, and you gonna clown me with the team that I picked too. I picked the Lions, bro.
Oh boy.
I knew I was gonna get that reaction. I picked the Lions, man. They've been playing good, and I wasn't believing in Seattle and Geno Smith, but Geno Smith shut me up, man. I'll never go against somebody from the crib again, man. Geno Smith came and just won that thing, but the wife picked the Packers, so she won because they beat the Evil Empire last week. So
you was the cause of y'all getting out.
No, it's individuals. So now
Okay.
Yeah, she holding it down. So now she, got to keep it going for us. Of course, I give her like 2 to 3 teams to pick, and she picks out of the 3. But she picked right with the Packers. So now we're gonna go into this next week. This next week is crazy, because last week was a bunch of close games, bunch of close spreads. This week is a bunch of big spreads. Like, it's supposed to be a bunch of blowouts, but I don't believe that. I think as Vegas, trying to mess with people's heads.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because the Bills, they favored by 14 over the Steelers. 14 over the Steelers? That seems like a lie.
And they just lost it. They just lost? Hell no.
The Bills?
No, the Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you just lost to the Jets. You 1-3. Like, what?
No, I'm saying that the Bills are favored to win by 14.
Exactly. So if they favored to win against Pittsburgh, you think Pittsburgh, y'all gonna whoop Pittsburgh? They 1-3. They just lost to the damn Jets, the Knicks of the damn football, of the NFL football league. What the hell you think? You think they're gonna lose it? Damn, at least say by 3. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see about that one. And then you got the Packers. They favored by 8 over the Giants. And then you also got the Buccaneers favored by 8.5 over the Falcons. And then the Jaguars by 7 over the Texans, which is the one I'm leaning on right now. I feel like that's the one. I feel like, Sunshine, they lost last week. They've been playing good, but it was a rainy, dirty game against a really good team in Philly, who's still the only undefeated team left. And they're gonna come back home and play the lowly Texans after being mad. I think that's a win for the Jaguars. So that's gonna be my pick. More than likely, I still got to do some more research to make sure, but I think we're gonna roll with the Jaguars, which is kind of crazy to even say, but I think we're gonna roll with the Jaguars over the Texans.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Jaguars too because I'm like, I seen Sunshine's highlight, and the crazy thing is, I'm like, hold up, we came up with Sunshine, didn't we? You feel me? Because I seen on the NFL, ESPN, or one of them shows, they called him Sunshine too.
Everybody call him Sunshine.
Okay, because I'm like, boy, look at here, boy. People
with that free flowing blonde hair. I mean,
I'm just saying, boy.
I'm
thinking like people over here still in contact, boy. They still in contact from the MarcWes Sports Podcast. Y'all got to go ahead and reference us when you call him Sunshine. But since everybody call him that, then it's all good. Y'all gonna get a pass. But I seen the actual highlights of, Sunshine. His ass, he looking like the quarterback that they drafted, that they thought they were gonna have.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're still trying to figure it out with Tua, even though I think he's the quarterback. I'm like, damn, the Jags, after they fired that damn head coach that made Sunshine take a step back last year, or stay stagnant and not progress.
Talking about Urban Meyer.
Yeah, I didn't even want to give him. I didn't even want to give him his. I didn't even want to say his name. You feel me?
Okay. I thought you forgot. I was just like,
man,
name.
I will forever hate him. He's a Gator. I will forever hate him. Then you jump to Ohio State, and I'm like, damn, I still remember how they stole against so I'm gonna hate you again. And then look, now you go to the damn Jags and you kicking people. Hell nah, I ain't trying to give your ass no damn credit. You feel me?
Yeah.
But as far as with the game, man, I think it's gonna be a good game. If we talking about the Jags and the Texans,
you think that's gonna be a good game?
Yeah, because both teams are garbage. Both teams are garbage, so it's gonna look like a good game. It's gonna be a high scoring offense on both sides. You know what I'm saying? And if I was someone betting on that game, I would bet with the Jags. I would watch it because I normally don't see the Jags. We always throw them away early in the season. It's early in the season. I might as well watch you now when you're not 1-16. I'm definitely not watching you. So now you know that the actual win-loss rate on your team is okay. I could watch you. Let me go ahead and see Sunshine, and I mean, the only way I'm not going to watch it because, the Dolphins playing, I'm going to be so caught up with the Dolphins, but I would watch that game. And you picked that you gave a spread on that game?
A score on the Jaguars game?
Yeah.
Nah, but okay. I can. I mean, I think the Jaguars are going to win. I think it's going to be 27-17, something like that.
Okay. 27-17. I'll say 28-20. But what games you wanted to pick besides the Dolphins?
I mean, as far as all of these games, the one that pops out that has intrigue there's two that pops out that has intrigue for me, is the Eagles and the Cardinals, because you got these two, black mobile quarterbacks, up and coming type of players, and then you got the Eagles, who are still the only undefeated team, and here on the MarcWes Sports Podcast, we root for that last undefeated team, so the Dolphins could pop champagne. So that one is intrigue for me. I just like watching Kyler Murray play. He's like one of those players I just like watching. He's like Lamar Jackson to me.
Yeah.
You just like watching him play because he's gonna do something that's gonna make you say like, whoa. And he continues to do that. So it's going to be interesting to see that game. It's in Arizona, West Coast game for the Eagles. Usually East Coast teams don't fare well when they travel to the West Coast. That stadium is going to be rocking. But I like the Eagles a lot, though, as far as what I've seen from them. That defense is really good. They got really good defensive backs. And Jalen Hurts looks like he's really stepping into his own. And you got, basically two ex-Oklahoma quarterbacks going against each other as well. Remember, Jalen Hurts did transfer to Oklahoma.
Yep.
Right after Tua replaced him, basically. So you got that kind of intrigue. This would be probably the interesting game to watch in the afternoon after the Dolphins game is over. So with this game, it's kind of hard to pick, though. The spread, when I looked at it, Philly is by 5. I would take Cardinals in with the spread just because I feel like they're going to keep it close. But I don't know if they win the game because I think Philly's defense is pretty strong. And I watched the Cardinals game against Carolina last week, and they didn't really look that great. Their offense, I mean, Kyler Murray was trying to, do a lot of things, but Carolina is just really bad. And I hate to say this about our boy Baker, but Baker's days are numbered, bro. He looked really bad. He looked like first year Tannehill against the Cardinals like last week. It was really bad. And I was watching it because I got Baker on my fantasy team and I needed him to score. And he gave me one measly touchdown at the end where he just basically threw it up to Christian McCaffrey, and Christian McCaffrey made a crazy catch for a touchdown. But I just don't believe that the Cardinals have enough to really beat the Eagles. But I think this is going to be a good game. They keep it close. But I think the Eagles win this thing 30-27.
30-27. Okay, I think that's a good game. Two of the birds. You got the Eagle versus the Cardinals. Two birds fighting with each other.
Yeah, bird fight.
Yeah, definitely. But I think this definitely going to be a good game too. Like you said, the Eagles, are they the only team that's 4-0 right now?
They're the only undefeated team left after the Dolphins lost.
Yeah. Another story. Defense looking good. Jalen Hurts is actually looking good as well. And the crazy thing is, the fan base is behind him. Like, it's like, this is our quarterback. Everybody's cheering for him. Like, they did what they needed to do when they actually drafted him. A lot of people didn't want him to get drafted by Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I think even when he got drafted, some of them even booed. I think how it is in Philly. So for him to go ahead and do what he's doing right now. I'm proud of him, one, and two, I'm more proud because he's not in the AFC. So, I could go ahead and salute him and not wish losses on him. Same thing with Kyler Murray, another black quarterback. Like you said, Lamar Jackson, just a smaller version of him. He's always going to make something happen. He runs around, is like he playing backyard playground football, something like that. He makes something out of nothing majority of the time. And just because he's so small, it looks so hard. You know what I'm saying? I wish Tua could move like that. And when we was drafting Tua, I was like, damn, I had Kyler Murray as an example. Two guys that small, Kyler Murray, he got a stronger arm, but I was just like, damn, I liked what I seen. And matter of fact, when they were here, the national championship game, I think they were playing Alabama, wasn't they? Somebody OU or whatnot.
Yeah, they were. They played Alabama.
Yeah, I went to that. I went to that championship game.
Oh, okay. That was a playoff game.
Yeah. I went to that. Matter of fact, I got video out. I'll post that up. But I think the Cardinals going to win. They're 2-2, but I don't think.
How'd you get to go to that game?
Huh?
How'd you get to go to that game? I know you paid for it.
My home. There's some shit called an ambassador. You could be an ambassador at the thing. So I went in there basically for free. All I needed to do was I was one of those individuals that held the flag, and you'd be pumping the flag up, pumping it up on the screen. So all I needed to do was that, and we was in for free. You know what I'm saying? And they gave us food, all that. I was like, whoa! I never knew nothing about that, but somebody I knew he put me on point about that. But I got video and everything. As a matter of fact, I was even on the field when they were celebrating. When they were celebrating and everything like that, I was there next to the players, everything on the field while they, winning and the confetti and all that other bullshit. But so I seen them up close and I like what I saw. I mean, I look at both those quarterbacks, and I think Kyler Murray right now is the better quarterback for me. Jalen Hurts, he's bigger, but I think Kyler Murray can give you more. The only knock is he's short. You know what I'm saying? So I think if he was a bigger quarterback, people probably would have put a little bit more respect on his name and probably favored the Cardinals. But regardless of the fact, I don't really know their wide receivers right now. Of course, they traded their best receiver. So I want to say the Cardinals. I'm going to say the Cardinals. But I'm just going on pure Westernomist. I'm not going on anything else. I'm just going on the gut feeling, and I think that the Cardinals are going to win, and I think they're going to win by a touchdown. They're going to win.
All right. So I got the Eagles. You got the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals that they miss DeAndre Hopkins. You know, he's still on that suspension right now. I think once he comes back, maybe they could be a playoff team. But yeah, that was like kind of the one game that really kind of popped out to me. The only other one that seems kind of interesting
Late night game.
is the what?
Late night game.
Yeah, the Bengals and the Ravens. All because just you got Joe Burrow, who's kind of hailed as this, you know, one of the best new young quarterbacks or whatnot, and he hasn't really lost anything until like he lost in the Super Bowl, and then you got him against the Ravens, and I think the Ravens are hungry, man. And I do want to speak about that game against the Bills, though. Why the hell don't you kick a field goal when you in field goal range to go up in the game? You had a chance to go up in the game, to take the lead in the game. Anything could happen from that point forward. They could fumble it. You know, it could be a tip ball at the line, interception, or your defense could actually maybe stop Josh Allen just like the Dolphins did. You know, so I don't understand the logic behind it. That's why Marcus Peters, I know you saw it. Marcus Peters just went off on the sideline. He went off on John Harbaugh, and I think it was definitely justified. You definitely should be going off. Like, I mean, if you ain't trusting in me to do what I do, then why am I even here? You know, you taking a risk like that. I mean, and the play call was terrible. Like, you got Lamar Jackson. Let him be Lamar Jackson. You know, don't be trying to have him throw in a tight window. Like, let him roll out, you know what I'm saying, and give him like 1-2 options, and then but more of a design of him to kind of run it in from that short distance. But they end up turning it over on 4th down, and they end up losing the game to the Bills, which is terrible because the Bills are in our division, and that could have been a win, you know, for the Dolphins if the Bills lost another game. So that was just terrible. And I think after that, I think the Ravens are going to be extremely motivated in this game. They're at home. It's Sunday night. The Bengals, not that good to me. I mean, even though they beat the Dolphins, I think there was there's certain situations that allowed them to win that game, including Tua getting injured, that interception late. I think if the Dolphins played them again with Teddy Bridgewater, I think the Dolphins win, you know, after Teddy Bridgewater gets a whole week of practice in. So I think the Ravens are going to be hungry to win this game. And the only thing I do fear, though, is that the Ravens DB is a suspect. They really only got one good one in Marcus Williams. Everyone else, to me, is really suspect. I mean, the Dolphins made them look suspect in that second half, and they just can't really stop offenses very well. This ain't the Ravens of old. This ain't the Ed Reed or the Ray Lewis Baltimore Ravens defense, or even Terrell Suggs on this defense. You know, there's nobody like that on this defense. So I fear of how many points the Bengals might score, because sometimes they do get rolling with Jamar Chase and Mixon and T. Higgins, who bombed X last Thursday. But I think the Ravens find a way to win this game. There's going to be a Lamar Jackson show here, but this is going to be high scoring, I think. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I'm going to say it's a 38-34 Ravens win.
Yeah, definitely going to be high scoring. Again, you know, I don't like the Bengals. I don't like the Ravens, but I hate the Bengals. Again, I mean, Joe Burrow is the next best quarterback, supposedly, but he looked suspect when we played him last week. I mean, if it was not for the injury and everybody thinking about Tua, we would have won that game, to be honest with you. Forget anything else. Even if Tua just got injured and he was on the bench, we still would have won that game. Just the plain fact that everybody was thinking about him, everybody on Sunday, everybody on Friday, Saturday was talking about Tua. We knew that the Dolphins' heart was not in that game. after the injury. I mean, you seen his fingers, how they done curled up and everything like that. So
that man was scary, man.
yeah.
I thought he was paralyzed. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, me too. I was like, damn, wifey over here, like, damn, that's why I don't want Akil to play football, this, that, and the other. I mean, I'm over here getting mad at Amazon. Like, how many times you gonna show that injury on the screen? You keep showing it over and over again. I think they showed it like 5 or 6 times. I'm like, damn. I mean, in the NBA, they know to take the camera off of that individual. If you didn't catch it live, you ain't seeing it. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of a disappointment with that. But with me, I'm leading with that. I'm like, the Bengals supposed to be 1-3. They're supposed to be 1-3. And the Ravens, they lost games that they should have won. Supposedly, they were supposed to win against the Dolphins, but not. Y'all supposed to lose. But against the Ravens, against the Bills, when you was right there at the 2-yard line, probably the 1-yard line, I'm like, why go for it? Kick the damn field goal. I think there was maybe 2 minutes and some change. You're not going to rely on that defense? I mean, the defense been holding them down all game. Why wouldn't you not believe them? I know, Marcus, you said, their corners are kind of suspect. Yeah, they're young. They got one that's kind of decent, but, they still suspect. But, again, look what they did for you. Look what they did for you. Obviously, I mean, the offense wasn't clicking like that either. I mean, we know the Ravens for defense, period. You just showing us that y'all are like some puppies. Y'all ain't about that life in the fourth quarter. Y'all want to go ahead and try to do something that you shouldn't do. I mean, certain coaches, I'm like, lately been doing some dumb shit. You feel what I'm saying? That coach from Denver and the coach from the Lions. You expect that from the Lions, but damn, I don't expect that from you, Harbaugh. Not you. You're a Super Bowl winning coach. You feel me? So much that people couldn't believe that you did it, that you got your own damn players about to fight your ass on national TV. Hey, I don't know about you, but I don't normally see that with certain organizations. You maybe going to see that with the Bengals. You probably going to see that with the Lions. You probably going to see that with the Jags.
Yeah.
Changing with the Dolphins now, you're not going to see that no more. But not the Ravens. For them to actually Peters to want to go ahead and fight them and stuff like that, you supposed to be like 4-0 or 3-1, one or the other. So I know y'all gonna come with that pressure. Lamar, you looking for that money? You feel me? I know. Tyreek Hill was talking about Tua, but that Brinks truck is for you, my brother. You healthy? You always get about 100 yards on the ground. You throwing. All type of crazy numbers. I'm like, damn, boy. You deserve that money. And because you deserve that money, you're going to show everybody this is why I'm whooping the boy wonder, Joe Burrow, the one that never really lost, before last year in the Super Bowl. I'm going to show y'all boy wonder. I'm going to show y'all why I'm from the Tri-County, from the Tri-County in the know. And I'm going to whoop his ass. It's going to be I want to say a high-scoring game, but I think it's going to be a high-scoring game for the Ravens, not so much Cincinnati. But I'm going to go ahead and give Boy Wonder a little props. I'm going to go ahead and say that the score is going to be 28-35.
Okay. Ravens. All right. So we both like the Ravens there. So that's going to be pretty much it for the NFL picks. But there was some NFL news this week, with your boy Antonio Brown, your guy. I actually don't know exactly. I'll tell you what I saw. Well, it looks like Chris about to pull it up.
Oh, yeah, you feel me?
I heard about that too, but there's actually another story after this. But this story is wild too, where Antonio Brown was exposing himself out in Dubai, which I know
that's it.
Yeah.
Listen, see how he done saw that. So come on, he done mooned that lady. He done mooned her. You feel me? Come on, man. Like, yo, and he done grab and scoop the whoop. Hell you doing? Hell you going? Come on, man.
Antonio
Brown show you this baby start. You feel me?
Usual, bro. He's just wilding as usual, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on with him. Like I don't. There's really, I don't think there's really any excuse for that. I mean, something like that. I mean, you could have done more terrible things. Let's just say that. I'll put that out there. But still, like this just kind of adds to what people think about Antonio Brown. Is that the boy crazy? He nuts so.
It's not that, man. It's the money, man. When you got money, some people go crazy.
A lot of people got money, man. A lot of people, a lot of players, a lot of celebrities got money.
That still got their real family. They real family, people that really care about them, not moochers. When you think that you alone, you got all this money, but you alone, it's gonna make you crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what's happening to him. Yeah, you got all this money, but you got yes men around you. You know what I'm saying? And just because you got that, you lonely. You got to do shit like this. You mooning this white lady. No, what the hell going on? You done scooped her and slammed her. Thank God it was in the pool. You know what I mean? Because, like, boy, that definitely would have been a damn story, boy. He done slammed to put it on 28s in the actual concrete. But thank God it was in the pool. I don't think it was an issue. It probably wouldn't have been an issue if somebody wasn't recording, to be honest with you, because the lady don't look that she had an issue with it, you know. But after he scooped and slammed it, looked like she was running away, running for help.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't trying to.
This dude is crazy.
This guy crazy,
but the other thing I was talking about was, you seen how he posted a picture of him and Tom Brady's wife on social media?
Yeah,
like amid, like, bruh, this to me is a bigger violation to me, because obviously, you know, you and I, Wes, we both married. If me and my wife was going through something, and my friend or my supposed friend that I let in my house to live with me for a while, post a picture like that while we going through some stuff.
But what it's trying to insinuate, though,
that's a violation, man. I feel like that's a violation, and it's uncalled for. It to me is worse than what he did at the Jets game, where he took off his pads and ran off the field. Is worse than just exposing yourself. Like, why are you doing this on social media?
Nah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Like, you're doing this on social media for what? What is the point of this?
I feel you, and I think he's doing this for a reason. Like, who's to say that the turmoil that's happening in that crib was not caused by AB? You posting a picture of her,
but why? Even if it was, let's just say if it was, like, why are you bringing this type of negativity? You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
Man, you know, like, boy, like, that's supposed to be the greatest quarterback of all time, and supposedly I post this picture because I smashed your wife, and you and your wife is having problems right now because of me. If you want to be the biggest petty person in the world, Marcus.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, if you got a problem with somebody, Marcus, you got a problem with that person. Everybody, you know, like, just, you know, puts Tom Brady in a shrine. You know what I mean? Like, he's not human. Like, oh, come on, man. You know what they do. So let's just say AB has real reason to hate Tom Brady. I mean, he said whatever he said before. But let's say that the problem in the Brady household is because of AB running up in that gut and that furrow. Who am I
to
say anything about it? Because you gotta, like, think about it, Marcus.
But who is he to say something about it either, though? Like, and who is he to say something about it either? Like,
who's to say that he's not with Giselle right now? We don't know. Giselle may be part of the vibe. I don't know.
Even if you are, then, but why? Why?
Who's to say that Giselle is not right next to him saying press in?
I mean, it's kind of like the same thing with he was with that R&B chick, Keisha Cole.
Yeah, he posted that.
He just posting stuff just for attention, but for why? We know who you are. We know what kind of person you are. You know what I'm saying?
That's Giselle. Hold on, wait. That's Giselle, though, kid. That's like somebody smashing Beyonce. And hold up, you gonna hold that in? I know I ain't holding that in.
Yes,
Beyonce is with Jay-Z, and I done got
I'm
in
gonna
there.
hold that in. If that's my boy or teammate, why am I do that for what?
That's not his boy.
And it's just a picture. It's really just a picture that somebody took at a game. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, we in Dubai chilling or something, and somebody took a picture. That would be different. But some photographer just took this random picture and you just posting it on your social media just to troll Tom Brady.
Why is the question though? I feel what you're saying.
That's what I'm asking. Like, why are you doing this?
Damn, let's just say that he smashed him. He smashed her.
If he smashed her, it doesn't matter. If he smashed her or not.
You know you don't kiss and tell. We don't kiss and tell on the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
Right,
but some people do. Some people do. This is the guy that got the history. How can we say, why would you do that?
If this is your way of kissing and telling, you an asshole, AB.
Who's to say that Giselle didn't tell him? Because like Tom Brady, boy wonder, you don't think people throwing that bubble at his ass?
You think Giselle would tell him to post that? No.
If I'm trying to wait. We know that women can be the most evil people in the world. Like hocus pocus,
bro. She would
no. Think about it.
She's married to Tom Brady.
Nah, man, Marcus, think about it. You remember that there was something on World Star the other day. This dude told his girl that he got another girl pregnant. Boom, right? An hour later, he called his girl, and the girl answered the phone, getting top-it from the back with the finger in her mouth. You know why? I'm trying to hurt
you think Giselle's one of those type of thoughts, bro?
I don't know these people. We don't know Giselle. We don't know none of these people. I'm not gonna hold none of these people to a high standard right now. That's why we're talking about it on the sports podcast, because we don't know what's really going on. Why did AB post that up there? Look, if he didn't did nothing with her, Marcus, if he didn't do nothing with her, why post it? It's like, why are you posting that dumb shit? That shit don't even
because AB crazy AF. He just crazy. He just crazy. We've already documented just now. He was in a pool with some old white lady dumping her and exposing himself. Like, he crazy. The dude crazy. Yeah, I don't think there's any logic to his madness. And I know you're trying to find some logic for you.
I'm not trying to find any logic.
Trying to say that he smashed her or whatnot, which I don't
really
think is true.
I'm just reading between the lines, kid. Why would I post a picture?
You can't read between the lines with AB.
Nah, man, I got to. We got to because he didn't put no context in that. What we supposed to just say? We know that he don't like Tom Brady.
When does AB ever have context, really, bro? Like, he just
so that's why so you think I'm the only one that think like, damn, why did he post that? Did he smash Giselle?
I mean, I'm pretty sure people think that, and that's
so we gotta talk about it. That's what I'm saying.
That was probably his purpose of doing it. Let me just make it seem like I smashed Giselle. But like, even if you did or didn't, what does that do for you, AB?
Hurt Tom Brady. You got to understand, petty people are petty. Like, Marcus, I feel where you're coming from. You know why? You think like me, you're not going to do some shit like that. That's too petty. But somebody like AB, why would you not expect that? I don't understand. You want him to act like me and you. Same.
Bruh, I'm not asking him to be you and me.
No,
I just want him to be smart.
Same. That's not smart.
Yeah,
smart is what he's doing right now. Somebody that's not in the league no more. Let me go ahead and keep putting shit out there so I can stay in the tabloids. I got this music out. I said something about Keisha Cole. I'm saying something about Tom Brady. I'm saying something about, I'm gonna come back and play again. I'm saying, like, let me keep my name out there. There's no such thing as bad publicity. It's good publicity.
He keep burning, but right now he just burned a bridge with Tom Brady.
He burned it. Come on, Marcus. You can't think this the first time.
I'm just saying, you keep burning bridges with people, you're gonna be by yourself on an island. You know what I'm saying? That's where he gonna be, by himself on an island.
Crazy, Marcus. He been burning bridges. This is not new, Marcus. This is not new. He don't care about the bridge. The bridge been burned.
You what,
Before he said,
I lost total respect for this dude. I
I
ain't
feel
gonna lie.
you.
And
feel you.
I know there's a bunch of other dudes and plenty of other women who have now lost respect for him as well. You know what I'm saying? So
Man,
there's
if they
only
didn't
like
lose.
there's a small minority of dudes, maybe like you, where
Nah, I'm just saying, like, I'm just
give him
looking
the
at it.
benefit of the doubt or whatnot, and
I'm not
expect this
giving
type
him
of
the
behavior
benefit
from
of the
this
doubt.
dude.
I'm not giving him the benefit of the
I
doubt,
am not
Marcus.
messing with him no more.
Marcus, I feel you. I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt, but he's posting a picture up of Tom Brady and Tom Brady's wife with him. We know that he don't F with Tom Brady because after he left Tampa Bay, he stopped throwing Tom Brady under the bus, talking about money and this, that, and the other, and he ain't throw I'm supposed to be getting paid certain things, so I gotta get to a certain threshold. He's not throwing it to me. He's been throwing Tom Brady under the bus. Let's just get that clear.
Hey,
so
but didn't Tom Brady help him get a ring though?
You are right, Marcus. That is not the argument. You're right, Marcus.
I just have to point that out. He
that is true.
Him to
that
come
is
join him and gave him a ring. And now because of that ring, he solidified his career,
Exactly. You got to understand, but ungrateful people don't remember these things. I could do a million things for you, but the one time I can't help your ass gonna go ahead and talk shit about me. Not because I just don't want to, because I can't. But I helped you a million other times. You know what I'm saying? That's ungrateful people. Marcus, you know it. He's not the first person that you ever heard of to be ungrateful like that. You helped this man get back into the league. Nobody wanted you. Nobody wanted to touch you, but the boy wonder, Tom Brady, I'm going to go ahead and help him. He's going to live with me. That's the reason why I'm saying he probably smashed Giselle. He had to stay with Tom Brady. You don't remember?
I mentioned that.
Oh, okay. But
that's another reason why if I'm Tom Brady, if I see Antonio Brown, we fighting on sight.
See, but that's Tom Brady's stupid ass fault, nigga. You think I'm gonna have somebody another dude staying in my crib? Nah, man, I'm gonna give you some money to go to a hotel, my brother. You're not gonna be left alone in my crib with my wife. I don't care. I trust my wife and everything like that, but I don't trust no dude. Period. I don't give a F. You feel me? So again, at the end of the day, if it did happen, shame on you, Tom Brady. But if it did happen, hey, look,
I don't think it happened.
I don't know. I don't think it happened neither. But like, why you put that out there? You put that out there probably because you want people to be like, damn, ask these questions. Did something happen? Why? It'd be one thing that he threw it out there and Tom Brady and Giselle's on good terms. She don't even live with him right now.
That's the worst part about
it. Losing weight. He's losing weight. He looked like he's he's got a disease with him.
That's the worst part about it. And he's not playing well.
Why? Imagine it's because of AB. Come on.
That's
Marcus, if it's that
on site, bro.
Well, on site all day. You feel me? Like, but again, if it's true, if that's what happened, and this is why Tom Brady is not the Tom Brady of old, focused on the field, not doing what he normally do, looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look like you vegan now. You feel me? You used to always eat meat, Tom Brady. Now you vegan because the way you look, and not saying that people that's vegan look a certain way, but some people that make a big transition like that, they look crazy before their body actually get familiar with those type of foods, in their system. So in regards to Tom Brady, like, yo, Tom.
Yeah,
Giselle done ran up in that. That would be the biggest story on ESPN for a while. Yeah, crazy AB done topped Giselle. Yo,
I don't believe that shit at all.
I mean, I don't believe it neither. I'm not saying it happened, but damn, boy, if that story is what's really going on over here, what?
Hey, and if his goal was to make people like you to think that could possibly happen, then he succeeded.
How you saying people like me? Like, you put a picture.
I don't believe it. That's why you thinking that it possibly could be true. I don't think it's
like there's possibilities in this world. It's full of possibilities. It's like the Disney World. You feel me? It's like when they come on, is full of possibilities. That's one of the possibilities when you just show me a picture of a guy with somebody's wife that's not with him no more, at least separated right now. I lived in the house. I have a problem with you as well. So what should I be thinking? Hi, Tom Brady, can you bring me back into the league? No, I'm gonna be like, damn, why the hell he posted Giselle? What? Hopefully he didn't smash. Boy, if he smashed, yo, Marcus, he smashed. What? That's how I'm going. It's just something
that's why I said people like you, because my go-to is not that. My go-to is like, he's crazy. He just used some random picture that a photographer took. He somehow found that on the internet and was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna post this because I don't like Tom Brady and I want smoke with him."
See, let me ask y'all a question, because I agree with Marcus. I think this is more Antonio Brown just getting the stench off of that last story about him exposing himself, and also just trying to get under Tom Brady's skin at the same time by posting this picture. Let me ask a question on the actual Tom Brady and Giselle Bundchen situation, because I think today it came out that sources were saying that they both hired divorce lawyers, right?
Yo.
Now if this is based more like let's get Antonio Brown out of it. Let's say this is based more on him continuing his career after he said he was going to retire and just focus on family, right?
Yeah.
Both of your opinions. Like, do you think his priorities are skewed? Like, which one would y'all choose? Family or career?
It's a no-brainer. I'm going to choose a damn marriage. I'm the greatest quarterback of all time. You reneged on the damn deal. I took care of babe, take care of the kids. I'm going to make this bread. And mind you, she made more money than him. So she don't need him. She didn't need him. So that she's with him because she wanted to be with him. But if I tell you that, yo, I'm going to go ahead and do this motherly duty thing, and you're supposed to retire at a certain age. That's a decision that everybody have in a household. Like, it's like me right now. If I can't just quit my job. That's something that I got to discuss with my wife. What the hell? Like, it's a team over here. We got to pay bills. We got this. We got a kid. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, it's a certain thing that you can't do is shatter the word in your relationship. Your word is everything. And for her to, have that conversation and he came back, it's just like, why? And then you losing too. It's not like you winning. You're not looking that great. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why? You should have did like Peyton. You should have did like Peyton and go ahead and win and leave into the sunset. This is a new generation.
It's easy to kind of paint that narrative of, oh, he chose football over family.
That was just a question.
And if he did that, then shame on him if he did that. But at the same time, it depends if you're happy at home. If you're not happy at home,
you're right,
and you're more happy playing football, then play football. You know what I'm saying? But if you happy at home and you happy with Giselle holding you down with the kids and holding down the household, you are ready to go. You don't need another ring. Then yeah, you should have chose family. But I've been in relationships where I wasn't happy at all, and I was happier when I was away from the relationship. There were times that I've been in. There's a lot of people who are like that. They're just happy when they're away from family or from their relationship. And I think he had a moment when he retired, and he realized that
this ain't the house.
This ain't it. This ain't it. And she seems like a sweet girl because I watched the documentary. She's from Brazil. You know what I'm saying? She seemed very, like a wholesome person that just through the television. Obviously, I've never met her. But to say that for him to have that conclusion of, I would rather not be with this woman and my kids, I'd rather go to I'd rather go play one more year while I'm 42, 43. Is he 43, 44?
I think so. Probably like 30,
So
40.
somewhere there. But which is unheard of for a quarterback to be playing that long, tells me that something's not right at home. I mean, I could just safely kind of assume that something's not right at home. And even if I felt that way, I probably wouldn't play a season, but I understand.
See, also, I understand too, but there was like rumors that Giselle cheated on him. You ain't heard about that?
I did not hear about that.
There was rumors that Giselle cheated on him. When this happened, like about Tom Brady and everything, they spoke on it on 560, people was texting in, and people was chiming in and, telling what they heard, like, people that's into sports and stuff like that. So I heard Giselle cheated on him. It was not Tom Brady that cheated. I heard she cheated. That's why that was one of the reasons why I brought up AB. Imagine it's fucking AB.
That would be the craziest story, bro. If that's the truth, man, it would be the craziest story for real. But yeah, and I agree with you. If Tom Brady allowed that to happen, then shame on him.
Well, I think it's easier for him to allow it because you're so stuck in football, you don't even know. You don't even notice. Like you so tunnel visioned, like you don't know that this has actually happened because your focus is not where it need to be. Your focus need to be on your family at all time. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
if I was Tom Brady, I would retire, bro. Like, and I'm not just saying it because I hate Tom Brady. I mean, I don't hate him as much as I used to. Let's just say that. But I didn't want to see him come back. And apparently maybe his wife didn't want to see him come back neither. So he should have stayed retired, especially from what we're seeing on the field right now. He over there yelling at players,
breaking tablets,
breaking stuff, breaking tablets, like he's angry Brady, as my wife calls him. He's angry Brady again, so it's just not looking bad. And now it's kind of tarnishing his image a little bit.
Yep.
Because he could have rode off into the sunset like John Elway. Mm-hmm. and Peyton Manning, who kind of left their careers with a Super Bowl win, and then now people gonna remember this. People gonna remember this now because it's the last taste in their mouth about Tom Brady.
Yeah, and I think he would have been retired if it was not for the snitch. The snitch done effed everything up. He would have been part of the Miami Dolphins. We probably would have had another owner. Stephen Ross was planning on selling it to, somebody that's, close to Tom Brady. Tom Brady was going to be part on the ownership somewhere, somehow. And, the snitch done blew it. And I think that came from the loyalty of being in New England, because that would have been the biggest slap in the face, that Tom Brady, the one that won all these Super Bowls in New England, is going to the enemy and then going to build up that enemy. And then he's going to be killing us every damn year. So for me personally, like you said earlier, Tom Brady, quarterbacks and players, period, in the National Football League don't stay until like 42, 43. They be retired by like 37, 38, possibly. For him coming back so long, that's like 5 years past due. If you're looking at it in a wife's perspective, like, I've been expected you to been back and us vibing and spending this money. And when the worst thing is a woman that's alone in a relationship and alone, no one to talk to, no one to watch movie with, talk to. Yeah, I got all this money, but money ain't shit. Like, it really, to be honest with you, I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't want to become a millionaire to give up my wife, my kids, my dog, none of that. I'm sorry. You feel me? There ain't no money that's greater than what I have right now. Now, if I could have that and the money, great. I'm gonna balance both of them things out. But I think Tom Brady, he blew it in a sense of some people, they be so focused in their work, they lose touch with the person that they're married to. And now y'all grow apart. Y'all have nothing in common now. And then your kids are grown now. She like, shit, I don't need your ass. I'm Giselle. I'm bad. You know how many people want to holler at me? You could find somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I think probably that's what it is. And not just that, if AB gave it a D, the black D, then you know what they be saying? They used to be back in the days, they used to have these shirts. Once you go black, you never come back. You feel me? So if crazy AB probably gave her that crazy whopper ding-a-ling, and she may not want to be with AB, but she probably want to go ahead and test the waters. It's been years since the Zell done tested the waters. I'm just saying. You feel what I'm saying? So if you got somebody like Kim Kardashian that people still want to holler at and top eight, and you got four kids, and you still look good though, even though I think you're a big thought, one of the biggest hoes in the world. That's just me. That's not Marcus saying, that's me. But Giselle, why not?
You talking about Kim Kardashian?
I'm talking about Kim. Kim is one of the biggest ones. And she's still holler at her.
To me, she's a legendary thought. You know?
Exactly. And people gonna be like,
she's in the top Hall of Fame.
People gonna say she got 1.8 billion. Nobody care about that.
That's why she's a legend. That's why she's a legend.
Yeah, boy. You feel me? The king. I mean, we thought it was Pamela Anderson when we was younger, boy. She done, like, hold up. It's me.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian. Kim K. You feel me?
Man.
So, yeah, hopefully Tom Brady, that's not what it is. But if it is, hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully Western Dominus is not right on this situation.
Hopefully you're
wrong. If it is, your ass need to whoop his ass. Point blank, period. Don't be like one of these people that try to send
Either way, he needs to whoop his ass. Either way, bro. Yeah. Either way. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Anything else, bro? What else? What else was popping?
You didn't hear about them kids. I think in college or high school that they reenacted black people on the football team. Black people being sold on the slavery block like in the auction. You feel me? The football team did it. So you had the black players on this like booth in their boxers, you know what I'm saying? And you had the white Caucasian players on the same team actually bidding on the black players on the team. And they were saying it was a prank. Now, from my understanding is the whole football team was suspended. They forfeited the football season.
It was a high school team?
I think so, yeah. And I think that I don't know if they expelled the students or whatever it is, but my problem is, I see everybody giving them white players, a lot of problems and saying they're racist and this, that, and the other. They probably is, I don't know. But as a black man, black kid, how you gonna go ahead and allow this? Like, you think I'm gonna be on that damn booth? Like, you allowed this. Like, it was not no bullying thing. They were all part of it. It was not like, we're gonna bully these black players and do this. How you're gonna be part of this joke, black players? How? You're not gonna whoop their ass just for them trying to, come up with something like that. For me, I lose more respect for them black students that allowed that shit. Because at the end of the day, I don't know if the whites or Caucasians are racist. But if they are, they're going to act how they act. You feel me? But for you, as a black individual, and you allowed it, it's like I'm going to allow my white friend to say, let me go ahead and pretend like I'm your master and you're my slave. I'm going, what?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Bro, 100%. I mean, I don't understand like how you as a black person would allow something like this to happen. I mean, for one, if I'm on this team and they have this idea, I'd be like, F y'all, I'm not doing this. This is BS. Hell no, I'm not doing this. You know what I'm saying? If they wanted to do it themselves, I'd be like, okay, I'm not messing with y'all. I'm not going to the team. I'm transferring to a different school. And if I'm a white person, I'm saying the same thing. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this to my dog, to my teammate, embarrass him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let alone anybody.
And I agree with you 100% that it's more a fault on the black player, because I mean, I'm not saying white people should get a pass for being racist, but that would be their excuse, right? That would be their excuse. Hey, we're white, and it's just a joke. As some white people would say, oh, it's just a joke. Why are you taking it so seriously? Blackface is not that serious. I should be able to just paint my face black. No, you know what I'm saying? And for a black person to allow that, just it's sad. It is saddening to me, because you don't have enough pride in your body or mind to say, no, this is wrong. I'm not messing with you. I'm not doing this. This is embarrassing. And you should be, you need to check your own mindset on what's right and what's not, So that's crazy, man. That's crazy to hear that story. I didn't hear that story, but that's just unbelievable that would happen. And it happened in California. It's not even like in a southern state. I would expect this in like Mississippi or Alabama or something like that.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that happens in California, one of the most liberal states in the country. Something like that happens. So it goes to show you that racism is still alive and well, and racism will continue to happen if black people continue to allow it.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, man, unfortunate situation. Hopefully, these kids and other kids can learn from that. But, I don't think kids are learning, man. You're going to have other kids wind up doing something similar. I mean, we go through the whole school shootings, and then you have people prank calling the schools and saying there's a gunman or something like that. I'm like, really? Like, you don't play with certain shit like that. And that's like even with the Tiffany Haddish situation with the, pretending like you're a child molester. Like, certain jokes ain't funny for me. I'm sorry, it's not. And when you get blackballed or you get canceled, don't be surprised. Don't be like it was a lack of judgment after the fact. Don't be like, really, oh no, it was just a joke. I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? People need to start holding people to a higher standard. And it doesn't matter how old you are, because at the end of the day, I was young at a point, and I know everybody brain don't fully develop until you're 25, and some people a little further along, but it's just some things that not to do. I know not to jump off this bridge. I mean, even if I was wanting to do it, I'm going to be so damn scared. I'm going to be like, hell nah. So I think the repercussions nowadays aren't as severe. People normally go along with it was just a joke, this, that, and the other. And I think that them canceling the season, I think they're no longer on the football team as well. I think that was a first step. But, those black parents need to actually speak to those black kids, because if they knew how many people actually suffered from slavery, because I know me, when I watch, of course, we know slavery movies and certain things like that. But
I can't even watch them no more.
I can't even watch it. And when I even hear about it, in Florida, living in Florida, how they used to feed black children to the alligators as bait. For me to hear that, and I didn't know that when I was younger. I'm like, I found that out like within the last 5 years or something like that. I didn't know that when I was younger. I'm not giving those kids an excuse, but I don't know if they truly know the history behind being slaves. They think it's a joke, because even when they put it on a big screen, it's nothing like living it.
Right.
So, they may not have that know-it-all or that sympathy for our ancestors that had to go through that. So hopefully they need hopefully this is the rude awakening that they need to have. Because I know, boy, my son, boy, are you scared of jail? You scared of, you're going to be scared to come home, because you represent me, you represent your mom, you represent this name, you represent this family. And when you do something or allow something like that to happen to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're part of the joke. Like, it's not like you're getting bullied. like that disappointment is just so much through the roof for me. Like, I don't know, but again, that's the day that we live in now. People do everything for likes, and
which it's kind of surprising to me because it's surprising to me because of this. And my stepdaughter, my niece, these are like young, people growing up in this new generation, and they're very conscious of like what's going on. I mean, yeah, that's my family, and I can say, hey, you're smarter or whatever. But like, it seems like that because of social media, that they're more aware of what's going on. So for me to hear something like this in California, it's I mean, I'm not totally shocked. I'm not shocked at anything these days. But it's a little surprising to me because I guess because of the household I live in and the conversations that I have with the young people in my family, and how conscious they are, and how they don't allow the older generation to push them around. You know what I'm saying? They don't allow their views to kind of cloud what's really real, especially for the women and the young women in my family, young girls in my family. They're very conscious of who they are. They're not going to be disrespected, especially being black women. They know their history and what the country was basically built off of, which was free labor and slavery. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why there is a financial gap and educational gap with the races in general because of that, and their whole idea was to oppress and suppress the black culture, and they did a very good job of that for a good, I don't know how many years. And because of that, black people have been kind of trying to catch up. Some have caught up and some haven't. It's just alarming to kind of hear all of that happening. But like I said, I'm not totally surprised at anything these days, but I'm just really disappointed. And if that was my son, I'm whooping his ass on Sunday.
Damn right. You feel me? Lock the doors. You feel me? And if you want to call police, I'm going to jail today. But you're not gonna be living here when I come back. So if you want to be living somewhere else or living on these streets, you're gonna take this because you was wrong. Yeah. I ain't gonna punch you, like kill you, but you're gonna get an ass whooping. That belt, you feel me? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Anything else I missed? I just everything. I mean, we didn't talk about the Hurricanes because they were off this week, but they do have a game coming up against North Carolina, so we might as well go ahead and talk about it. I mean, ACC game, first conference game of the season. And to be honest, Wes, this is a big game, bro. This is a huge game for the Hurricanes. This is after one of the most embarrassing losses in program history. To come back after a week off, if we see anything remotely close to what we saw against Middle Tennessee State, I might cry. I might cry, bro, because it's to me it's that significant of a gap between where we are and the U coming back to the elites. Because if we mess around and get blown out by this in this game, then I still believe in Cristobal. I still believe in the staff, but these are Manny Diaz's recruits, and a lot of things weren't there in place like they are now for them to be successful. So it's going to take a while for them to get back to the elites of the world. But that if they get blown out, bro, we gonna be suffering for like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. We're gonna be suffering like 2 years. There's not, because I want to get back to the time where we go into a game like this and we know we're gonna win, and that hasn't happened for a long time. I mean, yeah, I knew we were gonna win against teams like Bethune and Southern Miss, but for us to lose the way we did against Middle Tennessee State, and now you playing big boy teams now it's funny how we call these big boy teams nowadays
And
just
they
teams,
not.
teams in the ACC. It's not like we playing in the SEC or even the Big Ten. We play in the ACC against teams that we should beat. And North Carolina can score. They got a quarterback who they say is better than the last quarterback who got drafted, Sam
Yeah.
Howell. So this guy is supposedly better. I talked to one of the rivals writers over there for North Carolina, and he said that this quarterback is better than Sam Howell. So that makes me a little nervous because Sam Howell a couple years ago, well, it wasn't him. It was mostly the running game, but they ran all over us in a game in Hard Rock Stadium in a game that we were supposed to win. We went into that game very confident, and we got the dog shit beat out of us, bro. But now this game here, it's really pivotal. It's a game that is going to tell us a lot about the future. It's going to tell us a lot about the rest of the season and how it's going to go. Miami could still make it to the ACC championship game. Let's not just say the season is over. Even if they lose the game, they can still make it to the ACC championship game because the Coastal is not even that great. But any hopes of winning that game is out the window. You're just going to go there and you're just going to get mopped by Clemson, even if you win the division. So, it's a pivotal game, Wes. It's a game where you want to show that, hey, there's growth. You want to show that, hey, we coached these boys up in this bye week. We fixed the mistakes. Tyler Van Dyke is back, going to start. And I'm going to start there with you, Wes. What do you think about Tyler Van Dyke starting in this game?
I think it's a good thing, because at the end of the day, I don't think Jake Garcia still is ready to be that quarterback after 1 week, 2 weeks, by the time they actually play. I think you want to go ahead and show the country that you're going to be behind your quarterback the same way I was behind Tua. Give him a shot. This is a new offense. I mean, he was in shotgun all last year. He didn't really need to read the field like that. Just anybody that's open, I'm going to throw it to you. You're a spread formation. So I think that benefited him. And I think this pro style is just, it takes a little time to go ahead and get that rapport with those wide receivers that you rarely threw to all last year. All your other receivers are gone and balling in the NFL. You see Osborne won that game with the game-winning catch and so on and so on. Everybody that came from the U last year that transferred and made it to the actual league, they're actually doing good right now. So for me, I think that he don't have that rapport yet, but with time you're gonna get it. I think those first few games, they could have left them in the game a little longer, even though we're blowing them out by 70 and stuff. Keep them in that game because so you can build that relationship. Of course, Restrepo was still available and things like that. He probably would have been throwing to them normally. But for me, I think that it's not really TVD that need to do so much of changing. I think it's that bland offense that the Hurricanes are doing. Like, we had that problem with Manny Diaz too before we wind up getting Rhett Lashley, and we wind up airing everything out because for years we've been saying the damn Canes offense is trash, and that was the pro style offense. You wasn't seeing nothing produced with the running backs, with the wide receivers, nothing. So we forgot how it was because we had Rhett Lashley for a few years. You know what I'm saying? And now that he's gone, it's back to the bullshit that we've been seeing for the longest. So what the offense coordinator need to go ahead and do is open it up. Yeah, I know we play pro style, but we trying to win damn games. Sometimes you need to put this dude in some shotgun so we can get some big plays. You feel me? And then we go back to the pro style, and do our thing like that. As far as with the defense, everybody can't be in man. And if they are in man, still have somebody up top, As far as with the team, I think the team needed this. They needed this early before we played anybody from the ACC. Imagine we would have won all of them games and we still have all these holes. We rank top 8 or top 5, and then we play NC, and then we wind up losing. You feel me? And then losing big, and then our dreams are crashed again. Thank God it happened the way it happened with Texas, but really, with Middle Tennessee, it was supposed to happen. We got whooped in every phase of the damn game, special teams, offense, defense, and it showed. I hope everybody was embarrassed. I know the coaches was embarrassed because this is supposed to be the elite coaching staff, the all-star coaching staff that we've been saying.
Yeah.
And it's not looking like that right now. It's not looking like that. Everything is looking kind of bland and shaky. As far as with the offense, at least. Defense, we be not in the best position. Some people gonna be like, that's the players, but shit, the way we got bombed 4 times last week, that's not just the players, that's scheme, that's everything. And like you were saying, some players got off the field and saying they were not prepared for this. It probably was the players that don't like the new way of things, don't like the whole dictatorship, but the teams that run a dictatorship like Nick Saban, Urban Meyer, when his ass wasn't, sullied by the NFL, and all these other great programs, it's a dictatorship. So these people need to get with the program. TVD.
What you mean by dictatorship? Because a lot of people might take that the wrong way.
When I say dictatorship, it's like, look, everybody is in line. You see Bill Belichick, it's a dictatorship. Point blank. Nick Saban, it's a dictatorship. Now, that's how I mean. These people tell you to do a certain job, and you need to do what I'm telling you to do. All that, you're going to play for yourself, and now the team is out of position, and we blow coverage, and now it's a big play. No. You don't do what you want to do. You do what the defense and I tell you to do. That's why we have this playbook. That's why we run plays before the actual game and practice and everything like that. I know where you at, Marcus, on the field because we practice it. You feel me? So when I say dictatorship, people need to do what the coach tell them to do. We said Williams was out of position in a lot of plays and this, that, and the other. Look, that's because sometimes people be wanting to do more than what you have to. No. We gonna gang tackle. I'm gonna grab them because I'm in position, and it's your job as my teammates to come and help support. You feel me? It don't need to be a one-on-one tackle. He may be dragging me, I don't care, but he ain't going nowhere because I know my big dog gonna come with a big ass tackle. You feel what I'm saying? To help me out. Play the game the way it's supposed to be played, and I think we should go ahead and do well. TVD, You need to be that dog that was last year, confident, saying that we gonna win these games, not somebody that's the deer in headlights in that actual broadcast. And that was another thing. I heard you on the broadcast. I had when you was asking him them questions on I think it's Keynes something. It was not Keynes County. It was something else. The Zoom on conference call. You feel me? So yeah, that was up. You feel me? Marcus Benjamin, Kane County's BenjaminRivals.com. Yeah, he be doing this thing. Your boy.
Today I asked TVD a question during the press conference, and I asked him about deep balls, man, because before the season started, he said he loves throwing the deep ball, but he's thrown 3 deep balls the entire season. That one to Keyshawn Smith for a touchdown against, I think that was Southern Miss, and then he threw another deep ball to Restrepo in the first game against Bethune, and I guess you could call that deep ball to Arroyo during Texas A&M a deep ball, even though it was like 26 yards, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So I asked him about that, and just, kind of, does he want to go deep more? Does he audible to a deep pass, that type of thing? Because you played Madden before, just like me. When you see one-on-one, you're going to hit the hot route. You know what I'm saying? Hit the hot route on one-on-one and see if he can beat the one-on-one matchup. And we're not seeing a lot of that from the Hurricanes. And I think, it looks bad. Obviously, it is bad. You lost to Middle Tennessee State, a team that you were favored by 25 points to beat. So that is definitely bad. But at the same time, I think this team is fixable, because you take away the 5 big plays 5 big pass plays that they gave it to Middle Tennessee, and this might be a different ball game. If all the drop balls in the Texas A&M game were caught, I think that's a different ball game. So it really comes down to execution. So just like to your point, the coaches seem to have these players in the right position to make plays. There's a film review that's on canescounty.com by my guy Steve-O, who breaks down every play. And if you see that breakdown, he shows you, hey, this guy's running open. This guy's running open. This guy should be a big play. That should be a big play. But it's either like a underthrown ball, a drop ball, or, it's just execution wise. They're just not executing. And then on defense, you give up that many big plays and you don't really turn the ball over or get turnovers. A lot of them you're likely going to lose the game. So they just can't give up any big plays. And we need to see some big plays. It's really that simple. I know it sounds simple, but that's really what needs to happen with this team. You can't give up these big plays. DJ Ivy, I'm sorry, you were super senior, and you need to act like you are an NFL draft pick, because body-wise, you are that. Speed-wise, you are that. Just head-wise, you're not, because you be in the right position. You just don't turn your head around, and then you just got beat straight up for a 98-yard play for a touchdown. Tyreek Stevenson is getting beat deep. You know what I'm saying? James Williams is blowing coverage, and the Hurricanes are getting beat deep. I don't understand how you got these highly recruited players, and those 3 all from South Florida. Tyreek from Southridge, DJ Ivy from South Dade, James Williams from American Heritage. I mean, these are players that highly recruited, some considered 5 stars at some point, and they getting beat by players I ain't never heard of. You know what I'm saying?
Brainwashed for many. They brainwash so much that bad habit is taking a longer time for Cristobal to get rid of the bad habits that they had because of Manny Diaz not coaching them up for so long.
Right.
Like that, he a super senior. Sometimes when you older, it's hard to break those habits.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought up Manny Diaz, because I'm about to give you a take that's probably not going to be very popular. I think Manny Diaz actually was smarter with what he had. Coach Cristobal is going at this like he's got Alabama or he's got Michigan, so we could just bully them and we're going to win this game. No, you got to be more creative. That's why Manny Diaz was like, okay, I'm going to bring in Brett Lashley so we can get these guys in space to make plays. I'm gonna bring in something like the turnover chain so we can get turnovers to win the game. Because a lot of the times, if the Hurricanes didn't get turnovers, they didn't win. You know what I'm saying? And they're not really generating a lot of turnovers like they did before. Man, I understand, Cristobal, you want to take the turnover chain away, you want to start a new culture, but you still need the turnovers. You know what I'm saying? You still need to turn the ball over, because this is a momentum game. College football with these kids is a momentum game. Once they get down, it's hard for a team to kind of come back unless you got an all-world quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Because these kids, they get down on themselves, or they start talking smack to each other as teammates, and then it's just a snowball effect. They need to just first of all, I think the coaching staff just needs to execute with what you got. And your offensive line, for the most part, has been playing pretty well. You know what I'm saying? Your running backs have been playing pretty well. Henry Parrish is averaging 5 yards a carry. Jalen Knighton, not healthy. You can tell he's not all the way healthy. Don Chaney, we haven't seen him all season. Javonte Citizen is supposed to be this next best running back. Got hurt in training camp. Your best receiver, Xavier Sheppel, hurt. Maybe your second best receiver, Jacoby George, also hurt and was suspended for the first 2 games.
What about Avonte Williams?
Who?
Avonte Williams.
Avonte Williams is been kind of a mystery, man, because he apparently is not playing good enough in practice for him to get playing time. He's being outplayed by Concussions, who to me has been probably the best safety we've been this season. He's got 2 interceptions, always in on tackles. And then you got James Williams, who's been, he misses some plays. He's a little over aggressive at times, but he makes a lot of plays as well.
Who do you think is better, Avonte Williams in that position, Avonte or James Williams? Because I think
Avonte Williams athletically projects better to the NFL. Like he projects like he can do more. He's more rangy, and James Williams is more this undersized in the box safety. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't project to the NFL. I think Avonte Williams, if he can get it together, would be the best safety on the team. But apparently he's not doing that in practice because he's not getting no playing time. He's only in on special teams. He's just not showing what he's supposed to be. And to be honest, if there were rumors about him transferring out, and I don't know if you knew that, but he on his social media, he took off everything from every Miami Hurricane thing off of his social media.
I've seen that.
After the I think this was after the Texas A&M game that he did that. And then but then, he had a conversation with the coaches and he put everything back. But to me, he's still on transfer watch because if he's not getting, he was considered a 5-star safety.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if he's not getting playing time, I wouldn't be mad at him either. And he's got children. From what I understand, or a child. I know he has at least one child. So he's trying to make sure he sets himself up to go to the league. And right now, if he's not playing in college, there's no way you're going to play in the NFL. So I'm not necessarily too mad at him being mad about not being playing time. But from what from what we hear from the coaches is that he should be mad at himself for not really outplaying the other safeties on the defense.
See, but my whole thing is you need to find a way to get all 3 players in the game. I mean, you got to go ahead and have all 3. I would have Cam Kitchens and Avonte Williams in the back, deep, and then I have Williams. Look, you're gonna be playing linebacker. I'm sorry, you're gonna be playing linebacker, or you're gonna be playing like a helper. You feel me? Like a nickel. You feel me? Yeah. Like playing that slot and doing it like that, because you should be able to dominate any slot receiver, because slot receivers are normally small and you're huge.
Yeah, and he's good. He's good in that area. He's good in just right behind the line. He's good in that area as far as covering. He can step in front, just like in that first game. He stepped in front of a pass for an interception. But he obviously wants to play safety, and I'm not necessarily sure if he's better suited to play that nickel like other players like Corey Couch is, or what I hear is that Daryl Porter is probably going to get some more playing time. So we'll see about that. But they just can't give up any big plays against North Carolina, because I just want to say North Carolina, highest scoring team in the ACC. They score 42 points a game. Their defense hasn't been stopping anybody until last week, where they held Virginia Tech to 10 points. So maybe they figured out their defensive situation. So I'm scared of this team. I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared of this team. I'm scared of what will happen, especially because of the last time I was in Hard Rock Stadium, they lost to a Middle Tennessee State team. So North Carolina recruits at a way higher level than a Middle Tennessee State. So I'm worried, but I'm also excited because this is an opportunity for Tyler Van Dyke to really kind of show, hey, I am an NFL-worthy quarterback, and it's an opportunity for these receivers to finally step up, man, because Frank Ladson finally showed up last game. Keyshawn Smith, we need to see a lot more of him. We need to see Brashard Smith in space a whole lot more. And Michael Redding, I'm out on Michael Redding. I don't think he's the guy, and I don't think he should be playing as much as those other receivers. And then the tight ends. Tight ends need to be getting in the game. I did hear that, Arroyo probably not going to play. I heard he got hurt in practice, so he might not be playing. So it's just going to be Mallory, possibly some of the backups like Mammarelli. Jaleel Skinner, I think, should get more playing time as well. He's just a true freshman, but he's a guy that I think could probably contribute immediately. And Khalil Brantley also might get some playing time at tight end as well. But Miami's hurting right now emotionally and physically. And this is a big game to kind of rejuvenate themselves. But I'm worried, bro.
I'm worried too. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why I'm picking the Canes is because
they're the Canes.
Other than that, I would say we'll lose. So I'm going to go ahead and say I don't know the exact score because I don't have so much confidence in our offense to be high-powered like that. I'm just going to say that we're going to win by 3, whatever it is.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's pretty much the same thing for me. I'm going to say it's like a 45-42 type of game. And Andres, or Andy, as we call him, Andy Borregales is going to kick a field goal to win this game, hopefully. But they just can't give up any big plays. I would live with if they get if teams get first downs or whatever, get down to the red zone and they can hold them to field goals. I'll be happy with that. Then rather than giving up these huge big plays, demoralizing big plays, and then at the same time we can't hit those big plays on the offensive end. It's just going to be emotionally draining for the Hurricanes. And then the fan base is not going to be kind, bro. Miami fans are not kind. If Van Dyke is messing up in that first quarter, they're going to boo him just like they did against Middle Tennessee. And they're going to be calling for Jake Garcia to get in the game. So I hope they can get their act together because emotionally, if they lose this game and it's a bad result, like losing by 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, then it's going to be a sad season. But if it's close, then there's still some hope to win the Coastal.
Yeah, even if we lose close, could we do some dumb shit and give them the opportunity to win and beat us by a field goal because of a penalty or something? I'm gonna be hot too, and I know wifey gonna be hot too because your ass, you already know you're gonna jump in the car, and the person that you're gonna vent to is wifey, and she gonna hear all the crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, she be telling me she be bracing herself. She be trying to watch the score and she be nervous. But like, hey man, somebody got to get it.
Yeah,
somebody got to get it.
So yeah. You don't have anything else?
Nah, that's it, man.
All right. So if ain't nothing else, this is gonna conclude this episode on the MarcWes Sports Podcast. Until the next episode, peace.